Bravo, W9OBB. Emergency traffic may break into this net at any time, and we're going to pause now for any emergency or priority traffic at this time. Emergency or priority traffic only at this time. Okay, I want to remind you that this repeater does have a 3-minute timer, so keep that in mind during your transmission. And we ask you to keep your first transmission under 3 minutes. And use the comment section of the net towards the end of the net to make longer transmissions. Be sure you let the repeater drop in between transmissions. And before I get to the question of the day, I have a quick reminder. On the 20th of December, which is what, about 8 days away now? It's the 12th today, so that'll be next Wednesday. We are going to have a members meeting, all members of the Door County Amateur Radio Club. We invite you to join us. You should have received an email. If you haven't, send me an email or one of the other officers, Jack, KA9TQC, or send myself, W9OBB. My email is up on QRZ. You can find it there. So if you haven't received the invite for the Zoom meeting, which will be the 20th, we're going to announce new club members at this time, and we need your approval. Okay, so let's get to the question of the day. How would you describe yourself if you had to do it with one word? Describe yourself using one word. We're going to start with our short time stations now. Short time stations for the Good Morning Net. You're up now. This is W9OBB. Hey, Kevin, take it away. KA9ARZ. This is W9OBB Net Control, and what's up with you this morning, Kevin?
Thanks, Rick. W9OBB. This is KA9ARZ. Good morning to you all. So, process of heading out the door for a full day of work week today. And, anyways, yeah, the situation with the afternoon and the evening, we had a couple meetings, finance committee meeting tonight at City Hall, and there's going to be this presentation there, or input session there related to a portion of the waterfront on the west side of Sturgeon near the yacht club, as far as what would be the best use for that, as far as developing it and so forth there. So anyways, yeah, won't be, just that meeting tonight, won't be shooting action photos this evening there with, that meeting going on. So anyways, glad that, we got the, non-Winfrey type, precipitation going there, no snow or what have you, and, forecast still calling for a warm-up later on this year, so later this week, so you can get back and forth to work and so forth there. Sounds like going through the weekend, so in the final week before Christmas, we'll have that snow covered Christmas. So back to Net Control. Appreciate you picking up the net, Rick. W9OBB, KA9ARZ. Good morning all.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Very good. Have a great day at work. And I have 5 stations right now logged in on the ECHOLINK board, and we're going to get to you folks right after we take the VHF stations, all VHF stations.
This is Kilo Alpha Diner, Whiskey
Alpha Romeo.
K9DXG.
Alpha Bravo 9, November.
Well, that's a long enough pause. KC9, LN Zulu. Good morning. K9, UUB.
Okay, nice list of stations here this morning. And I'm going to go through the list of the VHF RF stations first, and then we'll get over to ECHOLINK after that. So we have Artie, WAR, Bob, DXG, John over across the pond in Beulah, Michigan, 89MN, my brother Brad, 89UTE over in Howard, right outside Green Bay. And then we have Tom, 89LN Zulu, and finally Bruce. W9UUB. Everybody else does it. I might as well join the group. W9UUB, Bruce. So did I miss anyone?
Checked in is KC9KMA.
Okay, Joan, very good. I have you at the end of the list. So following Bruce, W9UUB, we'll have Joan, KC9KMA. So we welcome you all to the net this morning, and now we're going to go through the 5 ECHOLINK stations that I have. And we're going to start with Michelle, K9GU, and then we're going to go over to G1AEU, our friend Alan over in England. And then Larry down in Algonquin, Illinois, and that is KC9 DIP, and then Damien, AG9T, and then Dave out in California. We'll hear from him, ECL, K6ECL. So good to have these stations with us. And now we'll take Michelle first, K9GU, then it's AEU, DIP, 9T, and DCF. So good morning, Michelle, down in Appleton. This is W9OBB Net Control.
Good morning to all. W9OBB Net Control. This is K9GU in Appleton in here. Temperature is 27, and the barometric pressure 30.14. 30.14, I said that more clearly, and the humidity outside is 69% in here. The sky changed a great deal this morning. Instead of being all cloudy and so on, it's clear and it's blue and it looks beautiful this morning in here. So we don't have any big plans, but one thing I should mention right now is pretty soon I'm going to have to stop being on the net this morning because we have to go for an errand real early this morning, and I cannot wait until the end of the net in here with ammunition as long as I can right now. So if I don't come back up for more comments near the end of the net, you'll know that I have to be going somewhere to do that sort of thing in here, but I have to do it pretty much at this time because we'll take along one of our daughters along at the weather and a good day for everybody all. This is a Chennai GU. Thank you very much for holding the net.
And good morning, everybody, on the net this morning. So, I don't know where I was shot up with a set the other day, and I think Sonny had it, excuse me, Sonny had it thumbs up and he told me a bozo. So I think that's going to be up. Oh well, that is interesting. Is this in 52 Fahrenheit? 80 mile an hour wind, 82% of humidity, 34 RTL on the thermometer. I can tell you that it is snowing intermittently at Sturgeon. So you may get some hair off. You may be getting some snow already. As the wind is coming from the west up there. Some of the growth of Sturgeon is in case you hear before they go to soon and need lunch. So, I would like to, I want to start something with a day. Oh, dear. Somebody sent us a list. John sent us a list yesterday of, on the email of regular users. And if it weren't affecting IMOKC, because it's only who you are, where you are, and the call sign. And I was struggling to try and remember it. Now I've got it in front of me. Anyway, over to you, Dolly. Maybe 90 go from that room song.
Thank you, Alan. JB90FG, Larry, Algonquin, Illinois. Dogs and I made it through another night. Happy to be alive. Sunshiny, a little cool, and rain is predicted. I'm going to take two words and for my definition, and I'm going to use them before anybody else does. I'll say town character. Every town's got one. More applicable when I'm up at Sister Bay. But that pretty much defines me. Big mouth, I prefer town character. And that's it. Over to Damien. And let's hear what Damien has to say. KV9DIP over to AG9P. Thank you, Damien. Your turn.
AG9P is Marinette today. I'm up here to buy another set of glasses. So the only word that comes to mind associated with me is bullshit. And I became famous for that 50 years ago when the government wanted me to sign a contract for staying at certain locations for certain lengths of time overseas. And I signed my name, Damien Bullshit Schumacher, and that caused a lot of problems. And like yesterday, I didn't like what Cynthia asked me to do, and so I used the word bullshit again. Let's see. Changing the subject. We do a lot of traveling, and here's the hint. I never see fees on my credit card, but yesterday there was $250 fee on a American Express credit card. So I asked Cynthia what it's for.
Anyways, for that fee, we get a companion ticket once a year. In other words, we pay for an airline ticket somewhere, and American Express picks up the second ticket, a companion ticket for that $250 that we pay. Another comment on flying. When we were coming back from Fort Lauderdale Saturday, I don't, maybe I mentioned this, but we had some very rough air. It was 737, 800, 900, but we went through 0 G's. In other words, the plane dropped so fast that you floated out of your seat and were held in by the safety belt. So the plane made a very steep turn to get out of that weather. It didn't last long, but both Cynthia and I said we hadn't been in that rough a flight in years. AG9P over to DCL.
And this is K6DCL. Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Damien. That would have been scary for me to float up in my seat. Gee whiz. Well, we go through things, don't we? Boy, oh boy. One word for me is, I've always been caring, known as caring. Caring for people. I cared for my deceased wife from 86 until she passed away in 2012, and I would have done it again. And I used to be a volunteer EMC on a ambulance team, and I used to do that kind of stuff as a volunteer at work in several different companies, so caring was the word. It's chilly here this morning, and it's not even the coldest part of the morning. It's about 33 degrees, and we really have had very little rain this year so far, so it's a little bit scary. But I see on the extended forecast that we may get several days of rain coming up next week, or at the end of next week. But other than that, I'm doing well. I'm putting lots of walking in, and as my surgeon said, now that I've ended physical therapy and with home health care, that the best thing I can do is walk. So I've been building up my steps every day and actually having fun doing it. So we're even walking a little bit without the cane, but mostly with a cane. And so anyway, we're getting there, and that's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me, and I'll turn it over to Artie, WAR. Go ahead, take it over, Artie.
This is Kilo Alpha Niner, Whiskey Alpha Romeo. Thank you, and good morning, everyone. Here in Peshtigo, we have 29 degrees and sunshine. And the one word probably describing me is tired. I can't do the things that I could a few years ago. But anyway, for the Zoom meeting, I lost the link some time ago, so maybe on the day of the event you could put the link there, so it will be current, so I'll be able to get in. Lately we've been getting a number of QSL cards, actually pictures by email, and one of them, last week I think I got probably 5 during the week, but one of them was from a call sign that was 100 years old. The call sign was Whiskey 1 Alpha. And it detailed all the number of people that had used that call sign in the past 100 years. So in there, the call sign became Whiskey 1 Alpha Lima. But it was a special event and a little bit different than those that you usually run into. Kilo Alpha Niner, Bravo X-Ray Golf. This is Kilo Alpha Niner, Wisconsin Amateur Radio. Good morning, Bob.
Well, good morning, Artie. Yeah, I feel the same way sometimes. I cannot do things I did 10 years ago. But that's fine. I don't have to. And I guess I would say helpful. I try to help people out whenever I can. So, that's about all. I've been working out in the garage, of course, on my project. And one guy commented yesterday on the choo-choo-net. Well, it's cold out there. No, I got a furnace running out there. And it's quite comfortable working in there, and always come up with different projects, I guess. Nothing too much else going on. Looking, well, going to enjoy the weather. Got a busy week this week. A couple of times we're going out to eat, and I think Let's Be Frank, and all kinds of interesting things. So, we'll send it over to AB9NN-K9BXG.
Okay, good morning to everybody on the Good Morning Net from John, 89NN in Beulah, Northwest 4, Michigan Street, that's upon Gondola, 9 miles inland. And yes, I guess the word that probably permeates my existence is persistent. An example, I'm an accountant. I'm not an electronic engineer or electrical engineer or anything close to that. And when I wanted to get into ham radio and figure out what it was all about, it was persistent. It got me through studying and taking the practice tests and learning and researching things on the internet, and not in big chunks, just a little bit at a time, but set aside time every day and persistently went through it, and eventually passed my technician, my general, and my extra class license. And I found that to be true in my career. For example, when I was a internal auditor at Shopko stores in the corporate offices, and the first personal computers rolled into the office, and by golly, I wanted to learn how to program spreadsheets and databases, and nobody was going to send me to school to do that, and so it was just persistence, coming in, staying late after work, and coming in on the weekends, and buying magazines and reading them at home, and that sort of thing. So I guess that's my word for the day. Let's see, 31.9 degrees here currently with a west wind at 12 miles an hour, so pretty good wind. Precipitation across the tip of the mist, but nothing in our county, so that's good. Solar flux index at 126. And let's see, I have to go to Traverse City today for a routine doctor's appointment, so the roads should be good for that, so thankful for that. With that, let's see, I'm not sure who's next. I think it's KC9KMA, but I'm not quite sure. With that, that's about it from 89, and then John and Beulah. Have a great day.
Shut up, Brother Brad, 89UTC.
Thank you, Rick. This is 89UTC. Enjoying the Good Morning Net. Good morning to everyone. Net this morning, and glad you're all here. I
picked up an old book while I was walking around downstairs looking for something, and I've been going through that, and I really enjoy it. It's probably, I didn't think of it at the time, but it probably was in the back of my mind to take a break and study. I'll bet you. So that's it from here this morning. Good to hear everyone again, and we'll send it to Thomas then, KC9 LN Zulu. This is KC9 UPE. Good morning, Tom.
Thank you, sir. KC9 LN Zulu here. Well, good morning to all. It's about 26-27 here in Kiwani. Light breeze and pretty blue skies, so not a bad start to the day. We'll see how the day goes. Got a number of things to take care of today, so we'll try and get to it here shortly. Just everybody have a good day and stay warm out there. We'll see what happens. KC9 LN Zulu, back to net control. Oh, sorry. That's over to you, UB.
The birthday boy. It's true. It's finally over. The 12 days of Jeff has reached their penultimate day. So my word, let me make sure Rick didn't come in here. My word for myself, alas, is dilettante. The only thing I worked really hard for was my career, and I would be constantly reading and going to workshops and trying to improve my craft for 32 years. And then I retired, and I am a famous dabbler and master of none. So dilettante is my word. I said steady for Jeff, and he said ordinary. There's a joke there. It's too long. But anyway, I disagree. So yeah, Damien, I well remember, as does Jeff, coming to Italy, flying to Italy, and we went through the end of Hurricane Katrina in the air. And it was bumpy, and I remember well having to hold the meal tray down to the tray table because it was, lifting off and crashing down and spilling the liquid. Not a good good feeling, as I recall clearly, and I imagine I don't remember them sharply banking to get out of it. I think they did climb or move to get out of it, but maybe there was nowhere to go. I don't know. We made it, and, you know, that's the time when the flight attendants look nervous. It is a clue that you should be nervous, and they didn't look amused. They did not look amused. I was distracted by the propane delivery, and wouldn't you know, this is the first year our free buy went in their favor, not ours. If we just got it off the truck, it would have been 38 cents cheaper than what I think we paid today, which is a big number. So anyway, I don't know what we'll do today. Perhaps off to lunch and a couple of errands. The gift cards are available at the hardware store we go to, where you spend $50 and get 10 free. So I think that's what I'll do. So that's it. And now I believe back to Rick. Thanks for running the net, Casey 9 Tammy.
You are very welcome, Joan, and thank you for checking into the net. And wow, what a bunch of cool words describing one's characteristics or behaviors or whatever you would call it. But in my case, I guess I'd have to say details. I always figured the devil is in the details, so and probably that might be related to a little bit of paranoia. I don't know. But I'm a pretty detailed person, and yeah, so, well, that was a pretty nice exercise anyway. Artie, when you feel a little tired, well, you just sit down and relax and count all your blessings. And boy, some of these were really, really good. But I'm not going to take the time to go through all of them. I did write everyone's down, though. And Artie, I am putting in my calendar for the 20th to send you that link and remind you that at 7 o'clock that evening we will be having our last members meeting for the year for 2023. So that will be that. And I forgot to mention it's 26 degrees here in Ashwaubenon, right outside of Green Bay to the south. 26 sunny degrees. And we do have westerly winds at an average of 5 miles per hour. And they're reaching up to 6 to 10 miles an hour on occasion. So 10 is the top I've seen so far. And let's see, you and I are going to go out shopping today. We have some things to take care of, things we have to get, and so on and so forth. But right now I'm going to drop it to pick up any new off-air stations or VHF stations. Jack, I've noticed that you've joined us on ECHOLINK, so that is great, or All-Stars, and that is very cool. We'll get you momentarily, but first I want to check for any other new stations that want to check in there. Okay, sounds like we got him first time through, except for Jack. And we're going to go to Jack right now and hear from him. I think he was in Townsend yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Wondering where he, looks like he's in Clintonville this morning. So let's go over to Jack. Jack, my question today was to describe yourself using one word. And I just sprung it on you. I don't know if you've heard it before, but anyway, K9, PQC, W9, OBE, and then we might as well go right through the ECHOLINK list from there. So, Jack, you can pass it on to G1A2 Allen, and then Larry, AG9GIV, Damian, AG9P, and then Dave out of California, 660 South. So that's the order up on the ECHOLINK board as I have it. Michelle checked in, but he is no longer on the board. He said he was going to be in and out. So Jack, take it away. K-A-9-I-Q-C. 9-O-B-D.
Good morning, Rick. Everybody on the Good Morning Net, K-9-I-Q-C. Yesterday in Gainesville, although what's saying yesterday, as I was playing around with EMR connections from down in Gainesville, and then over here, normally from the All-Star down here, so it worked actually, so it's pretty cool. It raises the possibility of having a little battery-powered hotspot, and you can stick it in the pocket and take a digital handheld radio and then link over to regular handheld computers, which is way cool, I think. So I did reverse engineer the question listing some of the answers, but I would say my word would be tenacious. I don't go to sleep well. I never really did too, so some of those late night hours are spent running down a rabbit hole and going way beyond the point of no return in some cases. But it makes life interesting. So we have 24 degrees here, 22 up in mountains, sunshine like everybody else probably has. And that's just sort of today. So good morning to everybody, and over to you, Alan. How's things? We can buy our architect, so this will be your second go. G-9-A-U-K-9-T-T-C. the usual for safety as well.
lying on the ground or just watch an extra point on a game that you really aren't
Well, hopefully it's not for gamblers. I think there's far fewer of them than there are regular viewers. It's some creative genius that they hired that had to do something to speak for his salary, and that's what he came up with. It detracts from both events. So the net result is they offset each other and ruin the whole experience. I do appreciate the fact that NASCAR's been doing that. I don't know if it's Fox or who it is that carries the NASCAR races. But when they go to a commercial, they'll actually insert the commercial in a box to the left, and of course you get the audio from the commercial. But then you can still see the race, so if there's anything interesting developed, that I'm really surprised at. I'm surprised advertisers put up with that. But yeah, as far as that overabundance of information bombarding you that you don't know which one to concentrate on next, I don't know. But I'm not the one making the decisions, as you well know, so that's the way that goes. All right, one more quick drop for comments, and then we're going to call this thing to an end for another edition.
You got bad news, Rick.
Ed Jones.
I didn't have time to do the other Google, but 73.5 million Americans, that's 28% of the adult population, are expected to bet on the NFL this year. I could quickly, someone else can do it if Josh would do it, to be honest. How many watch a game? And so I'm looking at that. But I can't get it fast enough. KC9, KMX.
Well, I think there's several internet sites that you can, maybe you have to subscribe. I'm not sure if they're free or not, but I think you can go up to a board and watch all the scores in real time. So let them go there and find it and find their stuff. But I hope it's not that high of a percentage, as I'm wondering how many of them, of those gamblers, are taking food off the table for their kids in order to be able to bet, to do sports betting. And I hope the percentage is a lot lower than that. So, okay, thanks for throwing that in, Joan. Then a good net. Very interesting. For yourselves, and I have them all jotted down. So now I know a little bit more about you. Okay, this is W9OBD, and I'm going to return the the W9DOR receiver back to normal amateur use right after I thank radio station WDOR for the use of their facilities. Our tower way up high on the of their broadcast tower, and also the building space that they share with us. So many thanks to WDOR radio station up in Sturgeon Bay. So this is W9OBD. I'm going to return this repeater back to normal amateur use, and don't forget to use the repeaters throughout the day. 73, everyone. Have a great day.